So, Rassie has announced his 43-man Springbok squad for the test against Argentina and the 4-match test series against the incoming All Blacks in August, of which we're very, very excited about. And as per usual, Rassie didn't disappoint. There were some controversies within the selection of the squad, and I'm starting to think that Rassie does this in order to keep the South African rugby public engaged in what's going on in South African rugby. Nevertheless, we're going to go through the squad and the omitted players and everything regarding that, and I'll give my 2 cents as well. So there's a list of 10 players that have been previously either like a midterm or short-term injuries that have been included in this group. First up, Eben Etzebeth, which I hope that his injuries or his medical condition has been sorted out and that he would be able to play. Loete Jager, Franco Mostert, those two guys are just absolute stalwarts for the Springboks, and I'm really glad to see that they are 100% up and running. Then Siya Kolisi, obviously one of Rassie's all-time favorites, and not chosen based on his performance during the URC. Clearly, Sasha Feinberg Mgomezulu, who I'm personally very glad that he's back and has sorted out his injury, raring to go. Andre Pollard, again, not a fantastic URC. He had his test match that he started at was really good. Ethan Hooker, I'm ecstatic that Ethan Hooker is back. Kainan Moody recovered from his injury. I'm not sure what that was. Andre Esterhuizen, I'm sure the whole of South Africa is happy that he's back. And Morne van der Berg, from a Lions point of view, I'm quite happy that he is back. So those are the 10 players that were injured and back in the squad, rearing to go. Now, the squad was winnowed down with 5 players, and I'm going to run through them quickly and just give my 2 cents on that. Ntutukum Chunu, the prop for the Stormers, has been let go to go back and play at the Stormers for the duration of these upcoming matches. Now, regarding Chunu, I would say this. He was one of the breakout players of the season. He's one of my personal favorites, but he's a young prop, and we have got ample props at the moment. And I've no doubt that Ntutuku will make his mark going forward, and he will become a legendary prop for the Springboks going forward. Second one, Evan Roos, one of those highly controversial omittances at this stage, I would say. Evan Roos, by the way, who scored the most tries of all the players in the URC and made on average 12 tackles per match, compared to a player like Siya Kolisi, who made 4 tackles per match on average. So there's something to think about. Andre Goventer didn't get a lot of playtime for the Springboks, unfortunately, and to me, he was my personal first choice hooker from a South African point of view in the URC. Embrose Papier, who is the unluckiest player this year in terms of not being selected for this Springbok squad. I wish somebody could explain that to us. Embrose Papier was also selected as South Africa's URC player of the tournament. Now, after, how many matches was it? 17, 18, 19 matches to have been so consistent to be chosen as South Africa's URC player. And for me, I fully second that he was, in my view, our best player throughout the tournament. To have a player that consistently played that well, having to make plays, and I'm sorry to say this for a player like Herschel Jantjies that played barely a half for the Springboks this year. It makes no sense to me. So my absolute condolences to Embrose Papier. And I will say this, he deserves to be there. Hands down, Embrose Papier deserves to be in the Springbok squad. And not only that, he probably needs to be our first choice starting number 9. And I'll leave it at that. And then the last player to be cut is Jaco Williams, fantastic winger of the Sharks. And I'm sure that he's still got a great future ahead of him with the Springboks. And he proved that he can play at that level this past weekend against Wales. So according to Springbok reports, the back door is still open to these players to come into the squad. And we all understand that rugby is a game full of injuries. So should somebody get injured, obviously these players will be the first one to receive a knock on the door, and I hope that they do. I don't hope for injuries to other players, let me say that, but I do hope that these 5 players, at least 2 of them, in Evan Roos and Embrose Papier, at some stage gets the nod. There's a very interesting article that appeared today, and it basically comes down to the fact that he needs to change the way that he plays. So I'm not a supporter of that. I believe that you select the best players and you build something around them, and you give them the opportunity to change that within the structures of the, in this case, the Springbok squad. I don't believe you deselect a great player. It reminds me a little bit of the 95 World Cup where Tiaan Strauss was omitted or sacrificed for Francois Pienaar, and they were both great players. I believe Kitch Christie that time made a mistake by not selecting Tiaan Strauss, but that's a story for another day. Right, let's run through the list, the squad that's been selected. Starting off with the props, Thomas du Toit, Wilco Louw, Oxenche, right there. I mean, you've got world class. Zachary Porthen, Carlos Sadi, Gerard Steenekamp, and Boan Venter, all quality players. Obviously, Zach Porthen, one of Rassie's favourites, that's going to get a run at least off the bench somewhere along the line. And I think he's a great player, don't get me wrong. Hookers, we've got 2 official hookers in Johan Grobler and Malcolm Marx. Then with the utility forwards, we'll see there's 1 or 2 more. The locks, we've got Loete Jager, Eben Etzebeth, and Ruan Nortje as pure locks. And I'm so happy for Ruan Nortje's sake that he's in the squad, and it seems like he's going to be the number 5 to don the jersey quite often, and I certainly hope so. Regarding the loose forwards, we've got Paul de Villiers, in my view, South Africa's best open side flanker at the moment, hands down. We've got Ben Jason Dixon, Cameron Hanekom, Sia Kolisi, who I believe is an emotional choice for us here at the moment. I know that he means a lot in terms of leadership, in terms of the history of the Springboks and emotions, and certainly put him in the squad. In my personal view, he shouldn't be selected ahead of Paul de Villiers in the starting squad. Then we've also got Elrich Louw and Jasper Wiese, and I think Jasper Wiese, to be fair, is by a short bit, but at least he's our number 1 in the number 8 jersey, followed, in my opinion, closely by Evan Roos. Then if we look at the utility forwards, Pieter-Steph du Toit, who we all know is our number 1 in the 7 jersey. Franco Mostert, Vincent Chituka, who really played well this year, and I think justly awarded or rewarded with a place in the squad. Marco van Staden, who can play number 6, and I think can also double up as a hooker. Jan-Hendrik Wessels, also a front row or a hooker. And then Kobus Wiese, who just blew the Wales team away last weekend. I think Kobus can easily partner up with Ruan Nortje to make up our lock pairing. Then if we look at the scrum halves, now we'll start off with the controversial one, Herschel Jantjies, which honestly, I don't understand how Rassie selected him ahead of Ambrose Papier. I hope that somebody from SA Rugby or within the Springbok coaching squad can explain that to us. Kobus Reinach, an absolute world beater. Morné van der Berg, I'm glad that he's back. He's been in and out of the Springbok setup over the last 2 or 3 years. And so I'm glad to see him back, injury free. And then Grant Williams, who, along with Kobus Reinach in this group, it would be probably our starting number 9. Fly-offs, Manie Libbok, who had an excellent season so far for the Springboks, just sharp as a knife at the moment. Even though I do believe that Rassie took some pressure off of him in letting Cheslin Colby do some of the kicks for goal during the match that he played. Sasha van Berg Mgomezulu, what a treasure we have in him, and I hope that his woes is sorted out completely and that he will be able to play the entire series. Vusi Moyo had a great match against the Wales. I'm not so sure what the path going forward is with him, but he had a really solid match. And then Handré Pollard, who is also one of those unfortunately, I have to say, emotional picks. He had a below standard, substandard URC at best during the entire URC campaign. And but when he did run out for the Springboks in this year, he did have a really solid match. I will give him that. Centers, there's only 3, Damien de Allende, Andre Esterhuis and Jesse Kriel, and I'm happy with those 3. I do think we need some more depth there. But yeah, with those 3, at least at the moment, we can do really well. And we know that Damian Willemse can slot in there if he needs to. I just hope that Damian Willemse doesn't get thrown around positions too much. Our outside and utility backs, Kurtley Arendse, Apalele Fase, Ethan Hooker, QAnon, Cheslin Colby, Kainan Moody, who I have doubts about. I've got some question marks regarding Kainan Moody's game, and I really put him along with Handré Pollard in terms of his form for this season. And even when he played for the Springboks, I wasn't convinced that he should be back in the squad. Edwin van der Merwe and Damian Willemse. So that's the squad for South Africa as it's chosen at the moment regarding Argentina and then the 4-match series against the All Blacks. Whether it's going to be, whether there will be changes, we can only wait and see. But from me, Hendrik Fourie for the 15, that is the squad leading into the series. Cheers.